Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. We are live. I'm joined by Manchester United superfan, the face of Below the Line Media, Garth. How you doing, Garth?
Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. Been a couple of weeks, you know what I mean? So good to be back in the swing of things. Little nightmare with the setup, like I was saying beforehand, but I got there. You know what I mean?
There's a new, like, sort of, like, it just feels different. It feels like there's a new swag. Is that a top button done up? Is that a trimmed up hair? What is it? Or is it Man United currently in the top half of the table?
Above Liverpool, might I add. Above
Liverpool.
I
may add that. Yes, you may add that. You may add that. Add that every single day of the week. Just you can shout that for the next hour if you want. We are above Liverpool. The mighty, mighty Liverpool. How they have fallen. We've got plenty to discuss tonight. Arsenal dropped points this weekend. I'm sure that the world of football is happy about that. Are we happy? We got it out of our systems now? Yeah. Are you not entertained? Because that's what you wanted. You wanted to be entertained, and you were entertained. 2-2 draw against Sunderland. Man United with a 2-2 draw against Tottenham Hotspur. What a weekend we had. And then we were followed up with a 3-0 victory for Manchester City against Liverpool. People that say this Premier League is not as good as previous Premier Leagues, it's coming from a salty place. Jamie Carragher, eyes on you, mate. All eyes on you. Because the last time I checked,
he's named them.
I'm not going to name anyone, Jamie Carragher. But the last time I checked, this was an entertaining Premier League. Sunderland, what a breath of fresh air. Bournemouth is still there's about. Brentford, round of applause for Brentford, because that, for me, they were down and out. Keith Andrews, I apologise. Steady Eddie centre midfielder footballer for Ireland as well. Decent, not bad. Moved into management after he was scout? Was he a scout?
Do you know, I don't know his history. I can't lie. I don't know.
He was a scout. He was a scout at Brentford, I think it was.
Yeah.
I've written him off. But I tell you what, they're looking good. Diego, looking good. They've bought some decent players. They're doing well. We've got West Ham in a relegation battle. It is entertaining.
They didn't. Have they had a couple of back-to-back wins, West Ham?
They've had a couple of back-to-back wins. Nuno's doing the business. Yeah. Nottingham Forest in the same position.
Yeah.
They had a really bad start. They brought in Dyche, and Dyche is going to save them. Who's going to go down? Wolves. Is it too little, too late? Definitely. Rob Andrews takes charge.
Rob Andrews is it? Yeah. Again, like I say,
Luton manager was at Middlesbrough, wasn't he?
Middlesbrough they took him from.
He was he was a Wolves defender, wasn't he? Fullback.
I think they're one and the same dude. Is it the ex-player, Rob Edwards? Yeah. Right, because that does make sense. Yeah, right, fair enough. Do you like it? I'm showing my ignorance here, but that's what I just said. People saying this league is boring. No. All right, you're 4 points clear at the moment. I'll give you that. But from second to 10th, 6 points separating those teams.
Yeah, but we know. We've been here before, Garth.
4 points is nothing. Yeah, 6 points is nothing. Yeah, and when it's Man City on the tails, 4 points is nothing, mate. Yeah, when it's Man City, 4 points is absolutely nothing, mate. Because if they turn it on, then it's Man City, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Which is why there's Arsenal fans this weekend sweating profusely. Like there is a puddle around them because they've got PTSD. But that's not the same Arsenal as before. This is a different Arsenal. All right, it's a different Man City. Yeah, it will be an entertaining season. Will Arsenal win it? We will see. But let's not lose our rag after a draw, people. Which, to be fair to most Arsenal fans out there, you did well. Round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. You handled the situation well. I think you listened to some of your elders. They spoke. You listened. You was kind of sceptical of what they're saying. But some of them have seen Arsenal win 3, 4, even 5 titles. So if you're going to ask someone with experience, listen to them. Stop losing your head in November over a draw and start talking
It was
about
more rival fans I saw.
we lose the league with. Are they? Huh?
There's more rival fans I've seen lose their heads over Arsenal's draw than Arsenal fans.
I think they've got excited. They got excited, especially Liverpool fans got excited on Saturday.
Liverpool.
Especially, I've never seen so many Liverpool fans come into my comment section, and come into my live talking about the bottle starts, this and that. Oh, if we beat City, we're going to go on to win the league. You just should have kept quiet. You just should have kept quiet. You had 24 hours to say nothing, and you couldn't do it. You could not do it.
But excuses for Arsenal now, Keir. There's none.
Huh?
No excuses. There's no excuses for you not winning the league, mate. Just so you know.
There's no excuses, but there is better team. Like there is the better team done it.
No, there isn't a better team. There isn't a better team, mate.
You have to fill me in what the no excuses line means.
No excuses, mate. You've got the best defence in the world. You know what I mean? You've got the best number. You've got the best box-to-box midfielder in the world in Declan Rice, world class. I mean, you've got the best winger in the world in Saka. You've got the best number 10. You've got the backup. You've got the best manager in the world. You've got the best stadium in the world. You know what I mean? Like, you've got the best fans in the world. Apparently, I saw a day that you've got the best football song of all time as well.
No. Because we nicked that off Liverpool. Surely Arsenal nicked that off Liverpool. What was it? The Lord's Prayer? What was it? Every step I take? What one? What one of many songs in the world did Arsenal sing? Liverpool invented it. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Because we just steal everything off of them. City show title credentials against Liverpool. Of course, they've really made people stand up and listen and remember that we are not Little City, we are Manchester City. What a performance against Liverpool. Liverpool weren't great at all. Like we'll get onto that in a minute. But Man City, and when it seems to be when they're not on form as a whole, Haaland is. So, and that's what's holding them together. And that's what you need in those teams. You need those when not everyone's ticking, you need someone to pull it out of the bag. So it's going to be interesting. I like it. This is what I want. We want to win a title, and would we like it to just be smooth sailing to the end of the season? Yeah, but like when we look back, when you've won it, like it's a battle. That's what you want. You want it.
You want to win it outright and just run away with the title, so there's no pressure on you. But exactly right, Kit. Bottom line is what you can't be dealing with. What you can't deal with it, obviously. What I can't be bothered with as an Arsenal fan is come you win it, asterisks. Everyone else was dead. Liverpool transition, Man City are dead, Man United aren't about. You won it because no one else is, but you won it by default. Like you don't care. Deep down, you don't give two flying. You know what I mean? When you've won the league, I had it when as a Man United. Well, I had it when Man United were flying. There was no one else about, mate. Of course you won it. You know, I paid the refs, getting away with it. You know what I mean? If you'd had the set piece FC, didn't score a goal, went and play for 427 minutes, did you? You know what I mean? So you do really you want to have that challenge in the end. You know what I mean?
You do.
We've beaten all fire in City. They're right to the end.
And realistically, like, how many years did Man United just have it smooth sailing? It wasn't many. Like even like I'd say the seasons that Liverpool were challenging, there was a couple of them where they weren't really much in it, really, was it? Like, and then like it was like really on at the start, it was like a Villa that was sniffing around and a Blackburn for the second season.
A little bit, and but 98 to 2001, those three we won in a row there, we were unquestionably the best team around. Like it was just like it was unquestionable that we were the best team around. And whether that's because Arsenal had slightly dropped off at that point, you know what I mean? No, you hadn't at all. That's not right.
No, 98. So you won it in 98 to 2000, didn't you? And then what was it?
No, we
won it
at that point.
96, 98.
Yeah.
And
so no, it wasn't. Yeah.
3.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, to 3. Yeah. So because we won it 3 years in a row, but that just shows how good it was. Because so not really. You know what I mean? Maybe
it was toe to toe. That was our Dreamcast years. That was the year when Dennis Bergkamp handed you the treble by missing that penalty. I'll never forget how it felt. But it was still challenge.
They do the Invincibles, bruv, by missing that penalty as well. So let's just as I and the whole of the tollgate well remember, Stuart. You know what I mean? So.
yeah. I'll tell you what, Martin Keown had an influence on me that day. Just to say that.
The passion was up.
And Garth felt what Ruud van Nistelrooy felt. And we were mates as well. He was like to the back of the head.
The passion was there. Sorry, we're going. Are we going to start with Liverpool City? Should we get it out of the way early? The Liverpool City one.
Yeah. And finally, Chelsea flirt with a title challenge, but do they have the cojones to actually say it, or do they just want to say nothing? But when they're within touching distance, drop post, like imply, nudge, wink about it, and then as soon as they lose the game, they say, it's not our model. We're not in it. Which one is it, Chelsea fans? I need to hear from you tonight.
To get you into a fight and then they're round the corner when it's all kicking off, you know what I
mean? Honestly.
At a bar, giving it all large at the bar, and then the actual ruckus starts and they're hiding around the corner, ain't they? You know what I mean?
They're throwing grenades and running off. Pure coward movements. Absolute cowards. All I've seen online today is, only 6 points over Arsenal and Palmer's not back. Oh, what do you think, boys and girls? What? Excuse me. What happened to not our model? Oh, the mighty Arsenal went on a 10-game record streak and are only 6 points ahead of Chelsea. Excuse me. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Are you saying you're involved in this or not? Because if you're not involved, go away and stop doing that. If you are involved, come and play. Come and get involved. But beware. If you fall off, you are getting it from every single angle. Trust me on that one. And that is what you lot are afraid of. Grow some. All right? All right. What a game we saw yesterday. Let's start off with Manchester City, Liverpool. There's problems with Liverpool, isn't there? And it's not just Florian Wirtz, the boy on work experience who seems to hover around the pitch looking for his childminder. I just don't know what's going on. Konate all over the place. Head is gone, fully in Madrid. He's not speaking Scouse. He's speaking Spanish at the moment, and no one can understand what is going on. Conor Bradley turns it on in the Premier in the Champions League. I'm not seeing much from him in the Premier League. And the forward line, toothless, to say the least. Liverpool in a real crisis at the moment. What would you say, Garth?
Yeah, well, we tackle them individually. Florian Wirtz, I called it, if you remember, messaged you after the Charity Shield, and now a lot of people are saying it. So Gary Neville's
words used were powder puff.
Powder puff, lightweight, mate. I saw it immediately. You can't be bowling into the Premier League built. Built's the wrong word, because I don't mean he's got to put on muscle, because we've seen people, you've said it before, Bernardo Silva, he ain't built. David Silva, these boys aren't built. You know, Bruno, they're not built. But he's rolled up, and he needs to sort it out quickly. He's getting muscled off the ball far too quickly. I don't think he's got up to speed with the pace of the Premier League yet. We've seen that with a number of acquisitions from the German league. It's a different style of football. I'm not saying it's better or worse. It's a different style. And we've seen a number of high-profile acquisitions from Germany who just haven't been able to cut the mustard because of the pace of the Premier League. So, listen, as I said, we sit on there every week. People who I trust have told me that he's generational. I mean, I'm being facetious when I say this, but at the moment, he's the German Tom Cleverley, like I keep saying to you. What does he bring? What does he bring different? People will be like, the skill, the poise, he's got the most chances created outside. No, he hasn't. When are you talking about? I've seen him kick the ball out. I've seen him lose possession so often. The stats that you're talking about, I feel half of them are made up just to make Liverpool fans feel better. And I don't care about his cardio and his forward runs without the football at his feet. At the moment, he wouldn't be justifying a 30 mil tag price, 30 mil price tag, let alone 116 mil. So they've got to figure out what to do with him. Is it the wrong position? I don't think so. That's where he played a lot of his time in Germany. Is it personnel around him taking up too much? He's not the main man. Maybe. I think he's had a detriment to Salah's game, bringing him in personally.
Yeah.
But they've got to figure out quick, because they're not getting rid of him. He ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? Unless they're taking a hefty financial loss on him, which I very much doubt. So, yes, Slot's got a problem there, personally. I mean, you haven't seen nothing from him, really, have you, yourself? I know it's not just me.
No, I saw someone do a compilation of opportunities that people could have passed to him, but like, what is it? What is that? Like what? Because if he scores a couple of goals, that absolves the rest of his performance.
And is that the one where it's always down the wing and it's a cross into the box they're talking about?
Yeah. There was a couple of
also that cross has to be pinpoint as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic assist.
Yeah, one of them was clearly a player in between. There was no way.
Yeah. So
and then one where it's Salah on the right, mate. It's Mohamed Salah. He has every right to take a shot there. He's backing 40 plus goals a season. Let's not forget he had one of the most sensational seasons in the Premier League history last season. Like, and you're complaining that he didn't cut it back to your new star player. For me, he doesn't want it enough. That's what I was trying to pinpoint. Not just the fact that he hovers around the pitch looking a little bit lost. Someone else said it the other day. He looks like a child. He looks like a little child, just dotting around on the pitch, and he does. Like he doesn't want it. He's not for 116 mil attacking midfielder. He's got to be like here, feet, move, pass, there, next move, da 1-2s, bang, 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 shots. He's not that. He's not dynamic enough with his play, with him wanting that ball. It's all just he finds space, but he just stands there. And it's almost like I'm going to stand here because I'm showing for the ball, but I don't really want it. And I feel like maybe at the start he may have wanted it a bit more, but I just don't think he wants that ball now. There's a lot of more pressure on his shoulders. I think it was a bad move. It was a bad move. He wasn't ready for the move. I think Steve said that a couple of his people said that he's a quality player, but is he ready for the move? Is this the right move for him? And I think it's not. I don't think it is. Can you get something out of him eventually? Maybe. But I don't see a £116 million player there if I see the best of what he can potentially do from what I've seen so far, from what I've seen of him at Bundesliga for Germany. I don't see what he can do, which is 116 million's worth. It's not outstanding pace. He's not ripping in goals, top bins. He's not whipping in free kicks. He's not popping balls on an Ivan Needle. Like, what is it you were paid 116 million pound for? Like, if you take a Szoboszlai, before we even saw him in the Premier League, you knew free kicks, long shots. That's what he brings extra on top of being that midfielder. Gravenberch, he brings poise, calmness. The ability to get out of tight spaces, like unbelievable footwork. You saw that in Gravenberch. You knew that. You knew that's what you get. What do you get with Wirtz? What is his special skill? What is his ultimate power? What is it? I don't know. And that's when you're talking about those things, when you're talking about that upper echelon of money, you've got to have something special about you that other people don't deliver. When you talk about Declan Rice, you're paying that 100 plus million for him. You're talking about a box-to-box midfielder, but base level, he can bosh the life out of anything. He can stop play and start play from deep. That's what you'll get with Declan Rice, and you'll get one of the best of that in the Premier League with what you was buying without anything extra. I don't see what Wirtz brings to Liverpool or the Premier League, because as football fans, we want to see these players succeed. Forget the tribalism. We want to see a good Florian Wirtz. It's up to the rest of the Premier League to stop him, but we want to see that. Yeah. We've been sold a dream, and £116 million. Liverpool fans, I would be seriously worried about what you've bought there.
I think you touched on it there, Kev. But basically, there's some people who will say that price tags shouldn't matter. They absolutely do. I don't care what anyone says. You're paying that money because he's meant to bring something. And you touched on it there. For that price tag in that position, I'm expecting him to dictate the flow of the game. 100%. I'm expecting him to be the linchpin in midfield, everything going through him. Like I was saying, taking the ball to feet, back to goal, spinning, spraying a pass out to Gakpo, spraying a pass out to Salah, or if it's surrounded, getting it back into the midfield, etc., etc., etc. So far, I ain't seen nothing, mate. And it's not even been harsh anymore. I mean, you not tiptoed around it, but have been very generous, I think, for a few weeks now, where it's like it's only 5 games, it's only 8 games. We're now 14 games into his Liverpool career with Champions League as well, and the only performance I've seen him really put in was against the German team. Like, that's not just because he got there's not just because he got a couple of assists there. He played all right against Real Madrid as well, but again, it's not what I'd call like dynamic performance or anything. Like, we really controlled the game. He did well, but apart from that, I've not seen anything from him. So yeah, I think and now the pressure's building. Commentators are in the football media world are starting to discuss it. When you're getting Gary Neville talking about it on his podcast and his post match, that means it started. You know what I mean? And so the pressure's only going to ramp up
because everyone was doing the same as what we're doing. If we go in too harsh too early, it's an agenda. We're not being fair, and I think there's truth to that. We've given it 15 games, and really, he will have until end of Christmas, halfway through the season, and then he will start getting obliterated if he's not done anything. Now the jury's out. Now we're going to start speaking about it week per week per week. Not done it again. Not done it again. The pressure's, and you have to expect that. Every single player that you've paid £100 million for plus has been under scrutiny. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Declan Rice, all under scrutiny. No one's absolved of this. And then we go back further. Paul Pogba. You can go back further. Anthony. Anyone that's over 78 million, you're going to get the same. Yeah. Under scrutiny. Maguire. Mate, of course you are.
Paul Pogba had done more in his first 10 games for Man United than Wirtz has done for Liverpool. And again, I'm not just talking about goals and assists here. I saw more from Paul Pogba. I knew what he was about. I knew what he could bring. Whether we could get it out of him was a different matter. Far more than what Wirtz has shown me. And he was getting filleted. Paul Pogba was getting flayed after 10 games. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I understand that I agree with you. So, he was a Man United fan. I was a little bit excited that Wirtz had come to the Premier League. I didn't want Liverpool to get him, but everything I'd heard about him, I'm like, this is what I want to see. I want to see these Mavericks, these individuals. He's got none of that at the moment for me. He doesn't get me out of my seat. He doesn't get my heart pounding, not in any way, shape, or form. And again, Liverpool fans, if you're watching, tell me why we're wrong. Because look, obviously, I've watched him about 5 games, Kieran roughly the same, like actual 90 minutes. So we're not watching him week in, week out. But what I am seeing is nowhere near enough. And I don't want to hear the runs off the ball. I'm talking about his actual presence in the game. What's he doing to help Liverpool win in football matches? Because I'm not seeing it.
You pay £116 million, you've got to have presence in the game. You have to. You have to impose yourself on the game. If you ain't in it, you grab that ball and you make something happen. That's what they're paying for. And I look back, the more and more I look at it, there was a lot of talk in the summer about Liverpool winning the transfer window. In hindsight, bar Ekitike, every single signing is looking poor. And you're wondering what their thought process was on it. If you look at Wirtz, why did they buy Wirtz when they already had Szoboszlai? Is Szoboszlai not a number 10? And has Szoboszlai not been their best midfielder this season? So why did you need a number 10?
It was, like I said to you, it's ego signings, because even Ekitike, has he been any good since the Isak signing, really? Since he got sent off for the shirt, when obviously it was, fuck Isak, here I am, I don't know what you're talking about. Has he really done anything? No, because you've absolutely, footballers, mentality, it's not about weak mentality, but it's fragile, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, Ekitike's coming in and he's meant to be the main striker. Bang, he's gone and spent an extra 45 mil on a different striker who's clearly the main striker. Where, it happens, you know what I mean? So, the ego signings. Wirtz was an ego signing. Isak was an ego signing. They just they wanted him, they didn't get him, and then they're like, we're having him no matter what. You forced him to basically go and strike at his club, Didn't even know Liverpool fans whinging about that, all their high and mighty about Trent leaving, and I know it's a different scenario, but he went on strike to join the club. I mean, he's been poor. I know he's been injured a lot. He's coming in. Frimpong, we all knew about Frimpong. If you didn't, you ain't watched him. If you didn't know about Frimpong, you ain't watched him.
We spoke about him in length about how this ain't the guy. This ain't, and this is before he even played the game. He is not the guy.
I said, like, if you think Trent was bad at defending, wait till you see this guy. Like, he's just not got a defensive brain. He's a winger. He's a winger who plays right wing back in a team in Germany or in Scotland that can afford to play a winger at wing back, not an actual, like, Man United need wing backs right now, defensive minded. Like, Kirkers, I'm disappointed in because I did think he would be a success, but is that just he's young and Liverpool aren't doing well at the moment? You know what I mean? Or is it that he just isn't? He looked a lot better at Bournemouth than he actually is. Because for me, him and Dean Huijsen were two of the best defenders in the league last year. So who else do they bring in? Isaac not doing it. Ekatike's now falling off a cliff a bit, and again, even bringing in a new goalkeeper. Now we all like him at Marshall Fideli, if that's how you pronounce it. We know that he's quality. But again, it's no mean feat replacing Alisson.
Yeah,
it's no mean feat. Like I've seen Man United, we've been lucky through the years where we had Schmeichel, took years to replace him. We went through Bartes, Bosnich, Van der Haar, you know what I mean? And then we got Van der Sar. You know what I mean?
You very rarely get it first time.
You rarely get it first time. I don't think we even did with Van der Sar. Did we get De Gea in straight away afterwards? But even then,
with Van der Sar, what are you talking about from Schmeichel?
No. After Van der Sar, because he left 2009, innit? We got
Van der Sar. Was that not Ben
Foster? It probably was.
Yeah.
And then we got De Gea. But even De Gea, it was a gamble, and he weren't great for the first couple of years. You could see his reflex saves and everything. He was 18. You know what I mean? He looked like a boy as well. So yeah, but they're in trouble. This is going to prove whether Slott's worth his wages because they've got to sort it out soon. The performance against Man City yesterday was terrible. For me, the goal was justly called offside. I know a lot of people are very unhappy with it, including a lot of pundits.
Yeah.
But as I understand that rule, don't be offside in that position. You're making a move. It's not about line of sight as well, people. You really need to understand this. It's not about whether Donnarumma can see where the ball's coming from. It's about whether the movement from Robinson makes him think for a split second that stops his reactions. Would he have got to the ball, yes or no? Who knows? But the problem is Robertson was offside and he's making that move. Bottom line, it's offside. It's interfering.
People pointed out Man City got away with it before, and it was not offside. I said then, if I'm the goalkeeper, I'm fuming because that's offside. And it is. You don't understand. If you put a player there and he moves around, at least one eye is going towards that direction of him moving. Of course it is. Like, he's in an offside position. Like, let's just say it as it is. He's in an offside position. That's his fault. He should have moved forward with the rest of the team. It's offside. Yeah. Like, it doesn't have to be in the eye line. If the goalkeeper can see him and he makes a move, he's offside. It's plain and simple.
Right. You've got to take everything into account. It's also because some people will bring up other ones where the player's like 15 feet in front of the goalkeeper. What about him? So no, but you're talking about how close they are. You've got to take everything. It is subjective. And for the referees on the field of play at that moment, it was enough to say that it put the goalkeeper. It's not even about if it did. Could it have put the goalkeeper off? Because we're not inside Donnarumma's head, and they have decided that yes, it could. Some people are going to say that weren't enough for them. That's fair enough, but VAR cannot intervene. They cannot intervene on this. It's not a clear and obvious error because it's a subjective call, and the on-field decision was offside, no goal. So that's it. They checked it to make sure there was nothing else. They can't do any more. So I've seen people also like digging VAR out about it. I'm like, it's like, nah. It's like it was.
You want VAR to get involved in stuff?
Yeah,
get out of it.
Laws of the game. It was a fairly disallowed goal. Now, should the laws change? That's a different question. That's a very different question. But it's people really got to understand that subjectivism, if that's a word, subjectivity will always be. Yeah, subjectivity will always be in refereeing in football. You're never going to be able to be 100% objective because there are calls like that. Was that foul dangerous enough? like someone, if it's studs up knee eye, it's easy to see. But when it's one of the ones where the foot's come down onto the, what I mean,
the ball goes over the top of the ball, hits his shin.
It's never going to be
on purpose. Is it reckless? Yeah.
It's never going to be 100% flawless. So, I don't think it's a bad decision. I really don't. I've been having many conversations. I know a lot of people, like far more football knowledge than myself, are against what I'm saying. A lot of pundits, Neville, Rooney, Steve saying it as well. You know what I mean? They're all very much on the side that goal should have stood. And I get their position because it's a subjective. That's the whole point of it being subjective. But for me personally, no, don't be offside. That's what I keep saying. Bottom line, don't be offside.
And outside of that, City were going to smash Liverpool anyway, whether that goal went in or not. People say it would have changed the game, but Liverpool were poor. I sent a couple of messages around after 5 minutes and was like, "There's something weird with Liverpool here. It feels like they're just standing around. It feels like there's no desire. There's no like bite. It's just like they're not even really in their positions, and there's no press. Like what is happening? I'm seeing nothing. I'm like, Man City are going to take this team apart today, and it weren't too long afterwards. Haaland, lovely header. The geezer's a problem.
He's a robot. He ain't real. I ain't having it. I want DNA tests. I want DNA. I talk about footballers that can play in any era. That man could play in any era because what his skill set is gold in any era. He scores goals. He's big, he's brutish, and he scores goals. Like he works and he's quick. He works in any era of football. He's got the old school classic cliche. He's got a nice touch for a big man as well. You know what I mean? So,
imagine him back in the day, mate. He would have
the 90s
up grass and eating up defenders. Some of the battles we would have seen.
And he would have loved it as well because he seems like that sort of player. He would have loved
it. That's what I like about Haaland. He likes that. And that's why I like the battle between him and Gabriel. And now there's a mutual respect between them. At the end of the game, it's like I want to punch you in the face. Oh, I want to punch you in the face kind of thing. But it's they respect each other because they've just been to war. It's just been a battle, and they love it. I love players like that. And Haaland, like when I remember, what was it? I think it's Aston Villa. John McGinn was trying it with Matty Cash, and he got it in his head. And he was just like, yeah, you want something today? We're going to do this today. And he was like, cool, he's a proper psycho. I was like, fair play. But that's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted. The more in him, you know what I mean? But let me ask you this quickly then, before we move. Did Liverpool make City look good, or were Man City? Because I had to turn off on about 60 minutes. Did Liverpool make Man City look good, or were Man City actually that good yesterday?
I think there was a bit of both. I think that the last 3 weeks we've seen three teams that have been naive against Liverpool. It's almost as if they wanted to play it their way when we actually know how to beat Liverpool. We've seen what 5 teams beat Liverpool with a ball over the top, a long throw, and a hard press, and they cannot take it. And Real Madrid, Aston Villa, and Bayer Leverkusen did not play that game. Man City. Pep's been doing a bit of more direct football this season, and they couldn't handle it. The ball over the top from Konaté. Konaté's left flat-footed, barely gets off the ground, tries to have a flick on head, whatever he did, and Haaland with an absolute beast of a header puts it in the back of the net, and they can't handle that long ball. They can't handle the ball over the top, which is absolutely crazy for a team that's just won the Premier League. And how I don't know whether it's just this season or whether it would have been last season, but like it seems so simple to beat Liverpool at the moment. I think what's going to make for a very exciting title challenge is the fact, like, I think City will be the City that we've seen so far this season. They're going to have games like they did against Liverpool, but they're also going to have games where you're like, how did you draw that to a Brighton? How did you draw that to and that's what I think the league's going to be this season. So, but yeah, I think that will give City the impetus to really push on and step it up now. So we may see a better City than we have already. And we know what they're like when they get the bit between their teeth.
Once they get rolling, bruv. Yeah, once they get rolling. Yeah, mate.
They've got that in them. It's Man City. So.
Yeah. Finally on Liverpool then, because I think we've spoken about this before, but I think it's a very good point. They're proper missing Trent, aren't they? Like, I don't think they realize that. They're missing his control from the back, his passing range from the back, and Diaz as well, to be fair. Diaz as well.
Trent.
The two players they sold, you did sell him, though. You got 10 mil for him. The players that left in the summer, they're missing both of them drastically. Like, drastically, I think. They're like, you can't. I know people say that Trent's a bad defender. I've never believed that. You can look through every one of our videos. Whenever we've spoken about him, I'm like, he's not great. He ain't bad. He's not a bad defender.
It's lazy to say he's a bad defender. Like, come on.
Sometimes,
but that, like, right back for Liverpool if you're a bad defender. Like, come on.
But they're missing his control at the back and his passing, and they're missing Diaz's explosiveness coming in off the left.
And his high press. His press was. He does more than Gakpo on that left.
Salah is missing both of them as well. That's why I was going to go. He's missing them dreadfully. The press you're saying from Diaz, which like them loose balls and the regaining of possession high up the field that then Salah can pick up and only have one man in front of him and score. Yeah. And obviously the passes over the top from Trent. You said that a couple of weeks ago, and it's rings so true.
And it is. And it's not just that a passes to Salah. It's the balls that aren't on. You're talking about someone who can deliver a ball Beckham-esque, 40-yard diags, no right to land at his feet. No right to put it in that position. Oh, you're making the forward move into that position because you put the ball there. You've seen something they ain't seen, and they're going, "Oh, let's run, let's go." So I think they massively underestimated what Trent brings to the team, thinking that they can just replace that with either a winger in Frimpong or a defensive player in Connor Bradley. When really you need a hybrid of them both, really.
That's why I think they put Szoboszlai back there, though, is to try and replicate those passes from Trent. That's what I really do. I feel like that's what they were trying with that.
Probably, but then you're sticking your best player this season in a right back.
Yeah,
and that just shows you're in a state. You're in a football manager state which you do not have to get out of. You've reset the team back to what it originally was when you was winning, and it ain't working. You are sweating. The ball has pulled you in, asked you if everything's all right. You're like, yeah, boss, I'm good. You know it's not like you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do.
You're looking at 4 wins.
You're looking at 4 wins from
the season. What's the tactics I use? Yeah, they don't want to hear that, but that's crazy as well. But yeah, look, they've got to sort it out quick because they're going to start falling away otherwise. And I mean, I'm already hearing silliness about Slot getting the sack, like from some fans. No, not made. Murmurs from those sort of fans, but still,
some have said it out loud. Sack him before it's too late.
Yeah, they've got to sort it out quick. They really have, because otherwise, it's going to be one of the worst title defenses in the history of the Premier League.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I'd love it.
That was my point at the start of the season. Yeah, when we were talking about this talk of favourites, your favourites. Like this wasn't Arsenal saying we don't want the pressure of being favourites. You are defending your title. That's how it works. Like it blew my mind when Salah had turned around and gone, well, Arsenal favourites. I'm like, bruv, what are you talking about? You just won the league at Cantor. What? You should be favourites. You should be there with that chest out pomp saying we're here to defend our title. But all I'm hearing is Liverpool fans say we're not favourites. We don't want to be favourites. We like to chase. We've got one of your best players saying Arsenal are the favourites because they've been together long enough, when really that's like Salah, Alisson, Van Dijk. How long have they been together? Like, what are we doing here? You've got a midfielder that just won the league. Like,
I'm not having the team in transition excuse.
Transition. Come back to me when Alisson, Van Dijk, and Salah are gone. That's when you're talking about transition. You already transitioned when you had the Mane iteration. You had the Bobby Firmino. You've done that transition. That's a transition. This is not a transition. You are
supplementing
from a place of like that's what you're doing. You're strengthening from a place of strength. That's what Man United did. That's what Chelsea did. That's what City did. That's what you do. It's not a transition. So look, come the end of the season, you're all getting it, like without doubt, because you can't hold up a tifo of another team's manager in a bridesmaid dress, think it's funny, and then wonder why Arsenal fans are onto you every time you lose. You can't do that. If you're going to give it, you've got to take it, and you are going to get it, because this is an embarrassing defense of your title. Let's have it right. It's an embarrassment. So let's move on though. Arsenal dropped points to Sunderland. It was an entertaining game for the neutrals. We saw Daniel Ballard come to haunt Arsenal fans. Although we've got a lot of luck.
That's the way, though, isn't it? The youngster comes over and says, you got to have it. You got to like it as well. You got to love it.
Players who, at the time when Arteta came in, if he didn't have the couple of bad injuries that he had, would he ever have an opportunity? Maybe, I don't know.
No.
But I don't think he was. I don't think he was up there at the time. I mean, you got to remember we brought in what's his name? We had Rob Holding. We brought in some rough players.
Still,
but
you know that when they come back from the team they've been released from or sold from, look, they don't try other games, but it's double trial, isn't it? Of course,
it does. Daniel Ballard, to be fair to him, on previous pods, who did we have on? We had Alex Rowe, I think his name was, and he used to big up Daniel Ballard, but then again, he always used to big up Todd Cantwell as well, because he was a Dutch football specialist. But yeah, Daniel Ballard, time at Millwall, really good, and he was on fire the other day. And I think I think Garth's right there when he says he gave it double, because those challenges that he put in at the end to block, it wasn't just the one that they keep on showing on Sky Sports. There was another one earlier on, which I don't think gets enough credit for. I think it was Eza was in the box. He's absolutely rattled it, and Daniel Ballard has done a diving slide and blocked it. Yeah, look, Sunderland. Fair play to them. They're going to take points off teams this season. And that game will give them massive confidence to then continue that form as well. I don't think it's not a one-off. They're still unbeaten in the league at home. Beat Chelsea away from home. And they are a tough, strong, aggressive team. It's everything you like to see. Everything you like to see. I've got not a bad word to say about them. I like their fans. Fair play to them. Being someone who follows Charlton, There's a lot of history when it comes to Sunderland and Charlton, and they're.
I was there for one of them. I was there for one of them playoffs, mate.
They are like look, Newcastle fans probably don't want to hear this, but they're like the Geordies. They had that sort of that joy that you want in football. That banter. They've got great banter. Could Arsenal have done more? I think the first half they were really poor. I think that what was the issue in that first half? Too rigid. It was too rigid in that first half. It was similar to Eze's performances that I've seen this season. It's too central. It was too no risk. It was we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. And that for Sunderland was too easy. Everything was in front of them. That's no good. Saka weren't getting beyond the lines. Trossard was the only one of the very few shining lights in that first half, actually trying to do something a little bit different. And then the second, we were down by half time. We had an opportunity to get an equaliser before half time, but Saliba punted it over the bar from about mental. And in the second half, you knew it. I said it at half time. They will get a rocket up them in that dressing room. Mikel Arteta will not be having that performance in the first half, and it was completely different the second half. We were really, really good in the second half, pushing the ball around everywhere. Saka there's more movement for Saka. It was just the link-up play was a lot better, and then we pulled it back with an excellent goal from Bukayo Saka, and then an excellent goal from Trossard. But then, lacked in concentration, I think, I'd say. Killed us in the end with David Raya not really needing to come out where he did. Gabriel being weak on the ball for Brian Brombury. But overall, I'd probably say a draw, maybe a fair result to Sunderland. I think Sunderland would have felt a little bit hard done by after what they put in. I don't think we deserve to lose, which I think some people were trying to say. If we would have won, it would have been a hard-fought victory, a big one. It would have felt like a Newcastle one. But a draw, I'm not gutted over it because of how well Sunderland played. The fact that we really did turn it on in the second half, and it wasn't just like a nothing game where we managed to get a couple of goals, but there was no performance in it. But we do need to make sure that we are focused towards the end of the game. And I know it sounds a bit harsh considering we have come off of 9 games with clean sheets where we have kept it tight towards the end, and this was bound to happen at one point. But like you've got to keep it. You've got to keep your focus for the whole game. And I think that towards the end they started to get a bit panicky. The atmosphere got on top of them, and they were just trying to do things that they don't normally do. And that's where you saw 2 players going for the ball when it only really needed one. In Gabriel and Raya.
I think a bit of tiredness crept in. You'd left it all out there. Listen, if it had finished on 45 minutes, I think Sunderland would have been well worth the 3 points. I don't think you played very well. That's the wrong way to put it. Sunderland were the better team in the first 45, and I think you came out, like you said, rock out the arse. They absolutely they left everything on the line to get that winner. Got it, and then I think that like bottom line is you can't just give everything and then like get yourself back up again all the time, over and over again. I mean, listen, beating Sunderland ain't for everyone. You know what I mean? Getting a clean sheet against Sunderland ain't for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were at home. Let's not forget, you was at home. You can say that to Chelsea.
I do honestly think you looked a bit. You've had a lot of football recently as well. Like you've got a big squad, so like it's not an excuse fatigue, but it does happen, especially short-term fatigue in a game where you've just got that. When you've got that winning goal, you think we've done it again. You shut down just a little bit, and like you said, that concentration slipped 1%, and it's the Premier League. You lose 1%, you're going to get punished, and you got punished.
And nine times out of 10, you probably do get away with that. But you're right. I should have focused a little bit more on that, because what I was going to say is there was a lot of talk about Arteta's substitution, and I was going back and forth with someone on the live about the fact that he brought on Mosquera, which invited pressure from Sunderland, and I disagreed, and I was told that I never say anything bad about Arteta. I always agree, and blah blah blah. I disagree, because I think bringing on Mosquera was the right thing to do, but I do think he should have taken off Declan Rice. I think he should have brought on Norgard. I think that Declan Rice at the 85th or 87th, something quite specific, right? Because I remember he was in the centre circle, and I think I saw the last bit of breath come out of his mouth, and it looked like he wanted to collapse. And I was like, he needs to come off. Norgard should have come on. I think that Hincapié should have come on for Calafiori and shored it up. And hindsight, maybe you bring on a Ben White for a Yuri and Timber, because again, he had nothing left as well. But he played well in that, especially in that second half. So, but I think there was definitely room to bring on a Norgard and a Hincapié to shore it up. Just fresh legs, and Hincapié is aggressive, and that's why I say potentially even a Ben White, because that's a game that suits Ben White. It's aggressive. He would have been up for it. It's the last ditch, last bit. He's played in the Championship. He's played in lower leagues, and that's what he's about. He's got that about him. So, I think there could have been a bit more better game management from Arteta with bringing on more defensive players who were fresher, as opposed to not bringing on defensive players. Because if you look at the attacking players on our bench, that weren't a game for Ethan, and it certainly weren't a game for Max. Max would have been eaten up in that. Daniel Ballard would have just rolled him up like a Tootsie Roll and just taken 2 bites of him and said, see you later. Like, not a chance. And I don't really know if that was a game for Ethan either. Again, bring on Ethan with 10 left. Is he going to get that ball and move into the corners and hold it up and stuff? I just don't know. It's a lot to ask from him right now. And especially a player who is at that patch where he could do no wrong before, but now he's got to that mature age. Now we have to start critiquing his all-round play. Is he there? He's not quite there. So do you bring him on a game when you're just trying to hold the lead against a Sunderland team who are battering down the door? I don't think you do. So I think that we're a bit short in those attacking positions. But yeah, I think that could have been. You could have taken off that pressure by bringing on those defensive reinforcements a bit later on. But it's not the end of the world. I see some people say that if it's not a bad result, if it's not a good result, it's a bad result. Like, we've got to move away from this black and white linear thinking. It doesn't work like that. There is definitely grey areas in that.
If it's not a good
Obviously, it's not a good result. It's got to be a bad result. What? No. No, is that how your life works? Like,
there's no great anymore. There's no great in football period. You understand what draws are, yeah? You know what I mean? That's literally what a draw is. You know, and there can be good draws as well. Man United, when we get on to, like Man United is a good draw when we get onto it in a second. But yeah, like that's crazy stuff. Like, bottom line is what people expected either. I mean, you're unbeaten now since Liverpool, aren't you, in the league? That's the only defeat you've had all season.
Yeah.
The only other is this the first drop point since City as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Look, yeah. I don't want to give you any more credit. It makes me sick. So it was coming.
Look. The only answer to this, the only answer to shut people up and ask whether it's good result, bad result, this is going to impact us, is after the international break when we take on Tottenham. And then we take on Brentford and we take on Chelsea. And I want 9 points from them. That's it. Yeah. And that's what we've got to be looking for.
Yeah. That's title form. 9 points. 7, I think, is title form as well. But it all depends whether City drop points over those 3 games.
Chelsea away from home.
Exactly.
And these matter. Yeah. Tottenham home, 3 points. 3 points. Even though they're better away from home, it's 3 points. You've got to be talking 3 points. Brentford, 3 points. Home or away. And then you've got Chelsea. These are going to be tough games. None of them no Premier League games are easy. Like, they're not. You've got Sunderland sitting in 5th when you think you've got a bit of like, we've got a team from coming up from the Championship. Yeah, they're currently sitting in 5th. They've not been beaten at home yet. Like, so like, this is what we were saying earlier when we were saying I said the Premier League is really good this season. It's exciting because you've got teams that are not the normal teams that are doing well. So they're going to take points off other teams. That's what you want. You don't want the teams from the Championship just being cannon fodder and going straight back down. It's about time they actually held their own. And to fair play to all 3 of them, even though I think that Leeds will go down, which is what I said at the start of the season, and Burnley, because I gave them 0 credit, but they're doing the job. They're all out of the relegation zone at the moment. So fair play to them all.
And I don't think you'll see Sunderland in European spots coming into the season either. No, but
they run out of steam.
Yeah, of course they will. And I mean all European spots. I think you'll see them down in 10th, 11th at the end of the season. Could be wrong, but yeah, fair play to them.
That's a great season for a team to come up.
Season for Sunderland.
10 years or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, no. And then you build on that. That's the thing. And this is when you need good owners who build on it and don't go silly. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Chelsea quickly. We're going to quickly.
Chelsea. We'll move on to Man United. Chelsea. Chelsea is 6 points behind Arsenal with Cole Palmer still to come back. So I heard. Are they in a title race?
Yeah. Of course they are. What are they? 6 points there. Of course they're in a title race. But yeah. But listen, bottom line for me at the moment, Man United are what? 8? No, you're 8 points off you, ain't we? I think. Is it 8? Yeah. Like Man United, a couple of bad results for us, or a couple of good results for Man United. We're not in a title race, obviously, but it's still there. If you're in the top 4 and less than 10 points off top, you're in a title race, bottom line. I don't care what anyone says. If you're less than 10 points off top, you're in a title race.
And Liverpool, you're still in it. Stop talking. Stop sulking.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Around. You're in it.
It is more, isn't it? Jonathan Moore, the one sent you, was like, congratulations to Arsenal. And we're all Man City now, ain't we? It's like, no, I'm not, bro. I'm just don't want either of them to win.
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen a lot of that, which is making me sick. See my post earlier? What did it say? What was it? Oh, what was it? It was
stalking is such a good word for it, man.
It was like Man City, Man Liverpool forever. Like hashtag.
I thought to say we're all Man City.
Like a proper hashtag, man. Like no one's ever had a title challenge like we've had. Yeah. Go and do it. Go and do it, City. Shut them Arsenal fans up. City, Liverpool forever.
Mate, Man United Newcastle challenges in the mid-90s were better than the Liverpool Man City title challenge. You weren't in a title challenge. It was Man City and you got one cheeky one in between. Otherwise, Man City won it all. Like, behave yourself, Liverpool. But yeah, Chelsea, look, I just wanted to quickly say, look, they've got a strong squad. I don't care what anyone says. If Maresca can get the best out of them, they're going to be a problem. I said that at the start of the year. They've got a big squad with a lot of talented players in it. Garnacho, like I said to all these Chelsea fans who are now like, thank you, Man United. Thank you. Yeah, just wait. Just wait, because I told you to score your goals and get your assists, but just wait when his brother's leaking your team sheet out every week, and he's sulking because you didn't buy him, you didn't buy him the latest Preds, or you didn't get him, like Yaya, I didn't give him a birthday cake.
Latest Pred. Who got the latest Preds?
Yeah, or he's sulking because someone's got a better car than him, or he's sulking because you benched him in the game because he weren't playing badly. Just wait for the attitude, all right, from him, because trust me, he's a talented individual. He's only 21. He's going to get you goals and assists because he's direct and he's got a good, he's good, but he ain't worth it, lads. Trust me.
Well, he ain't worth it at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's good. He's a good player, man. But it's everything that comes with him. He's one. Look, and maybe Man United will rue it, and his mentality will become much better. Yeah. And he will become a really good professional. And if someone can instill that into Alejandro Garnacho, they're going to have a very good player. A very good player. Like I always said, he's not the one. Don't think, because the thing with Garnacho is there's moments he does bits. You're like, oh, maybe he is the one. Maybe he could be like a wonder kid, like best in the world. And then his football IQ is weak, but he's got great innate ability, great innate talent, just natural talent in him. So,
yeah.
Listen, Chelsea, next week when you lose, or after the next week when you lose and you're like, oh, we're not in a title chase, just don't hear that again.
Yeah.
Again, Liverpool, chest out, you're Chelsea, you've got one of the most expensive assembled squads in the history of football. Yeah. You've got 4 players for each position, all of good top quality. You need to be pushing for the title. Anything other than that is crazy to suggest otherwise. Crazy to suggest
and this
otherwise.
This is not to say that you're going to win it. This is not to say you can't be on the outside poking fun at everyone else, and then as soon as you're anywhere near it, you're like flirting, like going, "Oh, well, maybe we are in this." And as soon as you look, we were never in it. You can't. That is what's killing me. That is what's winding me up at the moment. You can't be dropping posts about, "Oh yeah, we're only 4 points behind. Arsenal meant to be this good. We're only 4 points behind, and we ain't even got Cole Palmer." Mate, are you in this or not? Yes or no? Like, grow some cojones, mate, and say back it.
Again, this is like the what's the word I'm looking for? Coy is the wrong word, but it is coy. They're being coy about it because what they don't want is coming into the season, they're 15 points off the title, and everyone goes, "You just don't want to be laughed at." But what sort of children are you? What sort of plastic things are you?
But that is the problem. But which we have these days. People don't want to be like. It's like they pick and choose when they want to be associated with their team. It's a lot of people's psyche is based on what other people are going to say. Prime example: someone said, "What do you want to win?" It goes, "I'm like, I want the Premier League. Of course, I want the Champions League, but I want, after all this time, 38 games. I want the. I close my eyes just thinking about it. It's in my soul. I want that Premier League title. Yeah, Champions League will come and go. Like, I want that Premier League title." The person replied, "Well, I want the Champions League because I'm sick of Chelsea fans." What the fuck? Yeah, bro, what do you actually want? What do you actually want? Do you want the Prem or do you want the Champions League? Forget what Chelsea fans are saying to you. Forget them. Like, ignore that.
That don't work either because they've got 2. So you need 2 Champions Leagues really to before you even
you're not going to get. Don't seek the validation of a rival fans bantering you. Like, forget about it.
Crazy.
Forget about it.
The league is
on your big day, Harmano. Team Pep. Oh, I feel sick reading this. 4 points behind Arteta now. Go get the title. City Pool forever. Have you ever seen something moist?
Yeah, half and half scarf moistness. Absolute Mitch, whoever wrote that. Mitch. Yeah. Mitch, mate. What are we doing? Like, that is disgusting.
Did you give him your hanky? You soft lad.
Mate, did you cup those? Did you cup them while you were licking the tip, did you? Jesus, mate. I don't want to get too crass here, but you go in the fireworks.
My mouth, I was reading that. I need to disinfect my phone.
That's crazy. That's
crazy. Football these days. That started off with half and half scarves, yeah? Now everyone's slapping each other back. about the Premier League campaign. Do you remember that time when we were 1 point off you and came second? Oh, yeah, that was a real title challenge. Not like them Arsenal fans. Shut up. You're embarrassing. Take your half and half scarf and fuck off.
Do you know the worst thing is, like the half and half scarves, when they first come around, I was like, do you know what? For the tourist fan who's come to watch a Premier League game, fine. If you want one as a souvenir to have at home, like, and you have it up, you know, a big game, exactly, a big game. Or even, do you know what? I'd even say like a Man United Arsenal, like I was there for that. Fine. Don't wear it in the stadium, lads. Put that in the bag and keep that for when you get home. There's no problem having one, but don't wear it in the stadium. If you're a fan, like I want these people. Listen, I see these videos where people are like, "Would you wear like it's an Arsenal fan? Would you wear a Tottenham shirt for £100? Never, mate. £100. I'd do far worse for £100 than wear a men's shirt. We can't talk about it on the street. Are you insane? Yeah, of course I'll wear a fucking Man City shirt for £100. Jesus, give it
on Amazon, but yeah, you know what?
Secondly, do I get to keep the City shirt? Because that's £35 on eBay, you know, as well. That's exactly this season. Adult large, yeah? Nice.
It's like 80 quid, mate. He's talking about £35.
So I'm not one of them people, but in the stadium, you cannot be having anything that's the opposition team. If you're a diehard fan, so half and half staff, get out, like keep like get
half on. I've cut the other half off and thrown it in the bin, mate.
Yeah.
Wearing that crap.
Souvenir, I'm fine with the souvenir. You know what I mean? I really am. I've got no problem with that. But yeah, don't be. I keep thinking about it. I'd never buy one, to be quite honest with you, because I'd always want to get a Man United one. You know what I mean? Like a nice Man United scarf. But anyway, it's a different matter. Yeah. Well, that tweet is. You have to send it to me because I'm gonna have to throw. I'm gonna have to have a message. I'm gonna have to message that dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have to message that dude and be like, "Bruv, you need to sort your life out. What is going on? Name and shame that for."
Well, Hermano. What is that? I don't know what that means. I don't want to read
it's brother. It means brother in Spanish, Hermano. Yeah. Do you know where I know that from? That's from Breaking Bad, because it's the La Polos Hermanos, which is the Chicken Brothers in Breaking Bad. What Gus Fring's. Yeah. So that's where that. Brother in Spanish. Yeah. It's disgusting.
Disgraceful. Ashamed. All right.
Ashamed is right.
Now on to Manchester United, currently sitting 7th in the league. I predicted that we'll finish 7th in the league, inside those European spots. 18 points, only 6 points off of 4 points. 4 points off of Manchester City.
That's what I'm saying.
Draw against Tottenham on the weekend. It wasn't really going your way at one point, but pulled it back in the end. What was your take on the game? What was your thoughts? A disappointing draw or a point gained?
It's a difficult one. Do you know what it is? It is a point game because we were 2-1 down in the 91st minute. But we played well enough up until Spurs scoring, really, for me to say we should have won. So disappointed in the moment because I think we should have got 3 points. But in retrospect, considering what I watched last year, it's progression from Man United now. Small. This is a game. This is a game we lose 3-4-1 last season. You know what I mean? Like, this is a game where we get the lead, Spurs score 2 in the next 20 minutes, and we don't come back. So, with hindsight now, it's a point gained 100% because they were 2-1 up and we scored in the 96th minute. It's progression from last year. I'm seeing better style of play. I'm seeing more tenacity from the players, more belief. The fundamental flaws that I've been speaking about all season are still there, man. They're still there. That's where these goals come from. The wing backs are weak. We still haven't got that centre midfielder sorted out when Bruno plays badly. I mean, he's still got the assist for the winner, for the equaliser, which is crazy because he had a shocking game, but he's still got that assist. The fundamental flaws are still there, but the progression slow and steady. So yeah, I'm actually happy with the drawing in because it does show that there's a bit more about us now, And I was asked if the season ended now, would I be happy with 7th? I said at the start of the season, I think top 8 would show progression, and I couldn't ask for much more. Some people were saying that's what some people are saying here, and whilst I agree, I do, because we want to see us keep going. If we finished 7th this season, I would say that is, with the flaws that I'm talking about and the fact that the first 11 is all we've got that really works. So I'll get into that in a second. I think 7th would be a respectable and realistic finish for Man United come the end of the season with what I'm seeing at the moment. As for the first 11, it's what I'm saying. With Amorim now, he's got 11 players that work, but you've got to make subs. And then the moment we make these subs, boom, old habits start coming in. Dallo, mate, I said this to you. He's like a holdover from the dark days, and he's still got that attitude that he's been trying to get out of this team. Ugarte, wow. Like that geezer's gone for but he's gone for 70 and 60 mil. Somehow, two different teams have paid over the 5 mil that he's worth. It's crazy. He's a very limited player. A very limited player, man. And he's fully at fault for the second goal where he's standing on the line, is it? And yeah, because that's for Charleston, isn't it? The second goal for what could have been Spurs winner, fully at fault. And this is what's happening. Like I said to you, is it knee ligament damage? So I'll come back to that side. Sorry, 1 second, mate. Because and he's bringing players on because he's got to. Because Casemiro can't do 90. He just can't anymore. He's 34 years old. You know what I mean? So and you're bringing these players on, and they aren't good enough to keep it going. So Sesko, I read today that it weren't that bad, but yeah.
Blah blah blah.
I know for a fact he didn't leave the stadium on crutches. I don't know if you can read too much into that.
Yeah, they usually put it straight away because it swells up, doesn't
it? Yeah. So that does mean something. It was definitely a jarring of the knee. If it is ligament damage, it's going to be real tough for him. Real tough for him because would have to. I mean, luckily at the moment, what it does mean is Cunha would go centre forward, Mount and Mbeumo would play. So we're all right on that front. We've still got Zertsky as well that can do a job for us there. But he's just getting up to scratch, to be quite honest with you. He was just finding a tiny bit of form. He weren't scoring yet, but he was doing more. I know he hasn't gone to. Is it Slovakia or Slovenia? I always forget which one it is. Slovenia. I know he's not going to international break with them. I would also say, in all fairness, if it is, I mean, it's very quickly to come out that it is knee ligament, and it didn't look like when he was coming off. But yeah, that's got me worried. Can't lie, mate. That's got me worried if it's knee ligament, because if it's his season done, that could really impact his career. It really could, because I would have thought he hasn't done enough for Man United to be like, we'll wait for you.
That's the problem. Yeah, that is the problem, because if there's a good deal for a striker in January, even at the end of the season, it's like, do you know what? Do we go another season with the unknown Sesko, or do we go with this player that we actually rate right now? And that's what you get with these injuries. I feel for him. That's not good news at all.
I mean, this is from 4 hours ago that the BBC, Man United, say it's not that severe Sesko injury, but obviously, listen, they're going to say that. Clubs are like that, ain't they? You know what I mean? Fabrizio, listen, he don't put stuff out unless he knows. You know what I mean? He ain't about that game, really. Fabrizio, he puts out bankers pretty much. So
especially recently, he's tweeted so much. So if there's an update from Fabrizio, I'm sure he's got a bit more information than the standard.
Do you know what? That's really bad for. I feel for the kid, to be quite honest with you, because that could, like I say, that could send him down the Hoyland road of he's gone next year. Basically, he's playing in Italy in 2 years' time, sort of thing, which ain't bad or anything. But his Man United dream might be over. So, but back to Man United. Look, promising signs, man. I like promising signs. I'm happy-ish. I still think that this system isn't the best, and I still think, like saying, that Amorim is far too rigid and stubborn in sticking with this week in, week out when he hasn't got the players at his disposal to make it work. When he's got his first team 11, fair play, but no loss in 5 now for Man United in the league. You know what I mean? 3 wins, 2 draws. That's the best run we've had in a long time. You know, I sent the old United Strand a message saying, I think that counts, mate. You know what I mean? I know you said 5 wins. I know you said 5 wins, but bruh, I'm worried about the C1 to 3 disc in your neck, bruv. You know what I mean? Because like that hair looks heavy. I got that wiry, thick hair, bruv. Like that's looking heavy, fam. Like I don't need you to.
You know the shit action man. Has hair. That one.
Yeah.
Can't do nothing with this.
Yeah. Plus, you promised it to kids whose hair's falling out as well. You know what I mean? They're waiting on that. They are waiting on that. Like I feel like 5 undefeated is fair. You get the trim, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Get the trim. So yeah, look, promising signs, still fundamental flaws there. I'm a lot happier than I was 6 weeks ago when I was on the show. And I don't remember if I said Amorim out. Like I do remember saying we've got 2 options here.
You was leaning towards that.
He was
10 games. You know, 10 games. He's got 10. He's got 10.
And I definitely was, man, because it was dreadful. This is what I mean. I'm not going to wait for people to say like I never thought. I was there. I'm not one to run. I think I said it a couple of weeks, like 4 or 5 weeks ago, that we've got 2 options now. We either stick with him and see if this pain ever stops, or you make the decision before January. You get him out now, and you get someone in to steady the ship. You get a Gareth Southgate in. You get a whoever in to steady the ship and right the wrongs. At the moment, he's proving me wrong a little bit. It looks like staying with him and sticking with his philosophy might reap rewards in the long term.
Yeah, no, I feel like it will. And I think we're in a state in football at the moment where things are changing. I feel like we've spoken about this previously. Football goes in cycles. I feel like we're seeing a bit more of the old school style of football that we enjoy. And there's potentially an opportunity to stake your claim in a way of playing which people aren't used to. Man City aren't the same. They're playing. They would used to play how they play, and then that's it. Now they're sort of adapting to different teams. You got Arsenal playing the way that they're playing, which is a bit more direct than usual.
Haramble, that's what Arsenal are playing, isn't it? Set piece, you know. Do you need a manager?
Top of the league. That's what I care about.
Oh, yeah.
These people that are saying Haramble were pining, were twerking for Simeone, saying, I don't care how we play, I just want to win. These people were twerking for the third regen of Jose post Tottenham.
Oh my God. I would take the worst football known to man if I was winning. I don't care. And it's not the worst football. It's nowhere near the worst football. But yeah, if I'm winning every week, like I don't care. Just give me those points on the board.
When people are like, Arsenal score from a set piece again. I'm like, and we've won. Oh no.
I send you a message every time you do score a set piece and we go, oh, surprise, score. But that's actually general banter, isn't it? Because
we bagged 2 goals from open play the other day. Like the 2 goals we scored against Sunderland were 2 goals from open play. The 2 goals that we scored again the other week as well were from open play. And then people's reaction to us, oh wow, Arsenal scored a goal from open play. Congratulations.
What do you want, a biscuit?
You're not really annoyed that we're doing well, which I love. I love to see the pain on rival fans' faces because this is pain they can't hide. Like it's such a crooked smile or like this sadness in the eyes, and that brings me joy. That's like a wrestler grabbing hold of the rope and shaking it like the Ultimate Warrior. My power-up move is seeing the pain in your eyes as you let off a fake smile. Like, I'm not hating, but
I can't even hide my disappointment, mate. Because all I've got is either Arsenal or City or Liverpool. Like, why can't it be why can't a Villa be in the mix or something? You know, someone I can root for. Like, that's why I was like, come on, Forest, like last year. Like, come on, Forest, maybe. Just maybe. No, I've got to pick from the worst of the worst as a Man United fan, you know what I mean? So, but look,
I've been dominant for 20 years and you're lying in now, so...
Yeah, I'd always joke about the set pieces, but if anyone is actually serious about like using it as an insult to Arsenal. You're out of your mind. It's a weapon, and they're using it very effectively. And it's down to the manager of your club and the set piece coach of your club to figure out how to stop it. It's very simple what they're doing. It's not mind blowing or revolutionary what they're doing. They're whipping a good ball into a danger area and throwing strong centre backs at the ball.
It's that determination to want the ball.
Exactly.
Sunday league, Saturday league. On Saturdays, there would be that defender or that midfielder that would go in for the header like he's punching someone in the face. You don't want to get near that.
No,
you don't want to go near it. It's off-putting. So as a goalkeeper, I've got to do the job, clattering, punching, whatever. But defenders don't want to get near it. You're serious. You head injuries, mate. When the players like giving it everything, neck muscles and everything to put it in the back of the net, flying through midair, and that's what you've got. You've got players that are willing to put their bodies on the line to score a goal. That's it.
It's an old style of centre backs at corners, because that used to, like, early 90s and like mid 90s. Some of you might be too young, but that's what it was. Like, you sent the two, that was their job, defending at the back, getting in the way of people and just hacking balls down. You know what I mean? And like chopping but up the top, it was all about getting in front of players and getting their head on the ball. And I'm guessing that defenders, like, we've lost a bit of that in the game, so they're not used to it. They're just not used to it. And that's exactly what you're saying. They're not prepared for Gabriel, all 6'3" of him, you know what I mean, 15.5 stone, flying through the air at literally fucking 30 miles per hour, just smashing through everyone, you know what I mean? So,
when you said people having a dig at the goals, like, genuinely, like, I looked it up. On average, teams are having 7 corners per game. Yeah. So what's the point in having a corner if you're not going to be trying to score from it? Like, if you're what's the point? You're having 7 attacking opportunities per game where you could get as many players in the box as possible. Like, you want to be scoring from that. What's the point in you taking them if you're not going to do something with it?
I remember a period at Man United, it's probably about 7 years ago now, where I actually got wound up when we had corners, because, like, well, that's pointless. We ain't doing nothing with this, because honestly, I think it was literally like we'd scored 1 goal from a corner in 2 years. It was something crazy like that, like directly from a corner, brother. And it got annoying in the end, mate. So yeah, exactly, you're entirely right. They are set pieces, they're attacking opportunities, and as annoying as it is for the rest of us that you keep scoring from them, it's down to our teams to figure out how to stop it. And I don't think it's too hard. It's bravery. It really is what it comes down to. Bravery and a bit of lack of common sense and getting your head between Gabriel and the football, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it is. So you were saying at the end there before we go, sorry. What I was going to say is when I said about Man United, but you want more, it is a case you want more, but it's not a case of, if you don't get that more, you start slating the manager or the team.
That's it. Yeah, it's very well put. That's what I'm trying to. That's exactly the sentiment I'm trying to get across. Which is, yes, of course. Now that we're in this position where we're in 7th, we're only 4 points off Man City in 2nd. That's what I'm saying. From 2nd down to 10th, it's like 4 and 5 points difference. As a Man United fan, I can dream and hope of a possible Champions League spot come the end of the season. I can. You know what I mean? Like, listen, January.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, just plain and simple. And January at 5, if we get the coefficients, remember, these days. You know what I mean? Yeah. So whilst January will be the real litmus test when we lose Mbeumo, when we lose Ahmed, when we lose Mesrari to the AFCON, where we end up after that, that'll be at this moment in time, I'm quietly hopeful that Man United, can 5th, 6th or higher. You know what I mean? Like I said, 8th was where I wanted it to be. I think 8th will, if we finish in 8th, 7th or 8th at the end of the season, I think that's respectable. And I think it would have been realistic for what we wanted at the start of the season. Yeah. Anything higher is a bonus, man. And it shows that we're
on the right path.
On a quicker path. Like 8th is the right path. Yeah. If we're in 6th, 5th, 4th, we're now quicker. That's what I mean. We're getting to our goals quicker.
It comes with pressures after that, though, mate, because it's same thing happened at Arsenal. They were going for Champions League, that top 4. They end up in a title race. By the end of the season, there was people talking about sacking a manager because he couldn't get it over the line. And it's like, mate, we were a team that was trying to get top 4. So you can't be crucifying the manager for not getting what through the season the expectations for you may have changed, but the original expectations should still always be there, and that should be the top goal. You've got a sales target. You meet that, you're near that sales target halfway through the year. If you then pass that sales target, you don't get the sack for not being the top salesman in the business.
Exactly.
It's not how it works.
No.
Like,
and then that's the thing. There's only I don't want to get exactly what you're saying. I don't want to get too like I was saying here, you know what I mean, with the Manchester United for 83 minutes was second in the league. That is exactly like that's how tight it is at the moment.
Yeah,
that's how tight it is at the moment. So by the time January comes around, we'll have a clearer picture. Yeah, there you go. It's really tight. We'll have a much clearer picture. And I'll be able to give a better answer on what I will find acceptable come the end of the season. But as long as we're top 8 come the end of the season, then I think he's done enough to warrant another transfer window. And that's what it's coming. You must remember this with Arsenal. It's not even about finish. It's about transfer windows now for Man United. Getting those summer transfer windows. Any Man United manager getting your summer transfer window in so you can supplement your squad with 2, 3, 4 new players that make you better. Not just are players that fill in holes in. Sorry, that just fill in holes for your team. Actually, genuinely make you a better team.
You're like a lot of filler. You need players to overtake them now.
Exactly. And so
in those positions, because you need a right wing back.
Definitely right wing back. Probably a left wing back as well. In all fairness,
that's
definitely a centre midfielder.
Defensive box to box, that kind of thing. Because the defensive midfielder is kind of being sort of edged out now. It's more. We
only played 2 centre mids in this formation as well. So what we do need is an 8. But a box-to-box 8, more defensive. We need a Declan Rice-esque player like that. I'm not saying Declan Rice, obviously, but Casado, Declan Rice. That's why I like that Belieber. But he's having a terrible season at the moment, terrible.
But we know what he can offer. As I said previously, he wasn't cheap for Brighton. Is this an opportunity to get him a little bit cheaper?
Definitely, because 120 is crazy.
They roll the dice. Like, is Tony Bloom's a gambler, isn't he? He's a professional gambler. It's where he made his money. So he's there to roll the dice. And look, if Man United would have paid money in the summer, they would have paid over 100 million. Maybe if they go in the next summer after him having an abject season, they have to pay 60 million. But you're still getting a player who's got the ability to do that. He just may have had his head turned. Something may have happened in this summer where he's a bit like he's not quite in the headspace that he needs to be.
I think, like he's saying, I want Stiller personally, man. Now I wanted Belieber
as well.
I wanted Belieber, but now my attention's turned to Stiller. I think it's a financially better option. He's got more experience. I presume. Do you know what? I don't know. He must have Champions League experience. Yes, and that becomes a thing. Like, especially if you're saying we get Belieber and then it's Belieber, it's Mbeumo, it's Amid, it's Mazraoui. You know what I mean? Like when we had Onana, it was your goalkeeper as well. But you can't be losing 3, 4, 5 of your first team players in January and expect much from it. So Stiller's my man now. Belieber's fallen down for me, Key. He really has. I'm not sold on Elliot Anderson like everyone else is, but at this moment in time, I'd have him above Belieber.
Okay.
Adam Wharton.
That's the money you'd have to pay for Belieber, and you've been a bit worried by his form this season.
100%. Yeah, if it's 60 mil for Belieber, it's a different conversation we're having. But if we're talking 110, 120 mil for him, I can't have the form I'm seeing right now from him for 120 mil, especially like what we're saying about Verts. So I need, Elliot Anderson, you're talking 60, 65. Stiller, I believe you're talking 50, 55. You know what I mean? Like, that's far more the area that I'd be comfortable with, because then it leaves money for those wing backs as well. I mean, I don't really know what wing backs are out there, to be quite honest with you.
But I don't think they're too expensive, to be fair. The wing backs kind of position you probably get a free as well, because they're just like they're in and out of fashion. A manager takes over a club that's got wing backs in it. He don't need those players. They don't fit in other systems. Is he a winger? Not quite. Is he a midfielder? We don't really play right midfielders anymore. Is he a fullback? No, he's not. Like, it's a specialist position. So it's one. Yes, there are players that can play fullback and wing back, but your wing backs are usually their specialist player.
The other one that keeps like rearing its head, and I go like I'm up and down on it, like I'm in and out on it. It's Conor Gallagher. Like, because apparently you're talking like 37 mil for Conor Gallagher.
Oh, really?
And yeah, that's what I mean. Like weird. That's what I keep seeing. Like, I'm sure that's what it said. Like something like 45 euros. You know what I mean?
They got no money or something.
I don't know. Like again, it's just chat in it, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I keep seeing it. They only paid 40 something for him, didn't they? I don't think. I'm sure it was. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong there, but yeah. So like Conor Gallagher, 25. You know what I mean? That's a man I could see coming in and doing a job. Like it's not like
he gets pelters, but mate, he's a heart on his sleeve player. He's washing it around. He can score goals. He's a little bit like a Scotty Parker, and that's not a bad type to have. 34
mil if Atletico Madrid paid for him, so that's probably where that number's coming from. That's probably where that number's coming from. A similar price, so 30 to 40 mil for like 35 to 40 mil for him. I wouldn't be upset with that transfer as someone who comes in.
You say you need two?
I think if we keep Bruno for another season, we only need one.
Yeah.
But if it's just like we're going to get something in that's a little cheaper, I want Stiller obviously, but yeah, I like something that's a little cheaper just to see us through. You know what I mean? Like, listen, people will be like, you didn't want Scott McTominay. No, not in that system. I'd have him now in this system all day, all week, every day of the year. But I know he's a similar player, but yeah, that's what we need again now. We didn't need him at the time when we sold him to Napoli. So, yeah, I would like to be fair. I'd like to see. I think Bruno should take the Saudi money come the end of the year. As much as we'll miss him with his assists, you know what I mean? His stats are incredible.
It's time to move on.
It's 30, it'll be 32 next season. If he can get Man United 60 mil, I mean, come on. Like, we can't turn that down. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, you'd need to. Yeah.
You need to bring in 2 or 3 midfielders.
2 or 3 midfielders, exactly.
2 need to be starters, and 1 needs to be you can probably take a risk with a up and coming. That's where Ruben Amorim can earn his money and maybe dip into the Portuguese league for something that he knows that's coming through.
And in all fairness, do you know what? Conor Gallagher and Stiller, and you're talking less than Believer on his own. I'd be very happy with that as a window. I know it sounds silly, but of course you would. You'd be ecstatic with that. You know what I mean? And a wing back. Like, free transfers come the summer.
That seems like a little bit of a pairing I'm actually damn into.
Just quickly, have you heard about the new champ, bruv? Like, it's in shambles.
Oh, is it?
It's in shambles, bruv. The bugs apparently are horrific. Like, things like you're scouting a player and it accidentally sacks your assistant manager and saves files getting corrupted. Like, yeah, apparently it's a shambles, bruv. Yeah.
They rushed it. They tried to change it. Didn't change everything, didn't they?
They didn't get 25 out, did they? That's the whole thing, because they were changing it. But there's like little things apparently, like you can't compare 2 players unless one of them's at your club. You know, like we compare the stats. Yeah, like I haven't played it. This is just things I've been reading online. Put it this way, mate. But a big football manager streamer called Zealand used the phrase "institutional failure" when reviewing the game. I was like, "Damn, son, damn." But yeah, sorry, that's a little aside. But yeah,
that's bad. That's like Pro Evolution. But the thing is, there's no competition. Where's the competition?
Yeah, there ain't none. Football managers
get away with it because there's no competition out there, which is why they were able to get away with not even bringing out last year's one.
Yeah.
Like, so
the problem with all these games, man, all these games, meta things are coming. So it's like a meta formation now that changes every 3 months. Like, I want to do my own thing. You know what I mean? Like, if Birch is watching, you know you're using that meta formation because I caught you using it, bruv. The one you'd seen online.
Scarf wearing 2025 football fan.
When we play that online game, you're magically top of the league with Aston Villa. Like, how was that? Yeah, because you're using that meta formation you read about online, weren't you?
Oh, man, we see you. We see
sour grapes for me because I was doing poorly as well. So
we'll have to do an online game once soon.
Yeah, we will. But maybe go back to 23. We'll go back to 23, bruv. So because like I say, I'm hearing 26 is a shambles, bruv, an absolute shambles.
And with the older years, we know how they go because you rushed around to find them gems before they're gems that you know now. It's always fun. All right, thanks for joining us tonight, Garth. That is all we have time for. If you are a regular on the show, press that like, press that share button. Thank you for everyone who's watched tonight. Thanks for getting involved tonight, Si, as well. Make sure you get in the comment section going forward. What else do we have? Champs. We had Champs in there, and we had Hazy as well. Thank you very much for joining us earlier on and getting in the comment section. If you are on TikTok, make sure you go and follow my page, Kieran AFC, and the Transfer Exchange Show. Also go and follow Below the Line Media for all your latest TV, movies. And
new content coming soon. House move, people. You know what I mean? So only got the internet in on Friday, so we'll be back up and running. Got some reviews to do. Saw Frankenstein yesterday. Well worth your time, people.
Oh, do you know what? That popped.
Well worth your time.
That popped up.
Yeah. Well worth your time. Well worth your time. Season 6 of Souls is just finished. Yeah, season 6 of Souls is just finished. The review coming. Also, well worth your time.
Splitsville, random rom-com. Not bad. Not bad. What else did I watch? Cat's going mental. I've watched a few films recently. Not bad. Swamp Thing. Not bad.
You said Swamp Thing was all right.
It's a bit gore, but all right, decent. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah.
I tell you what was a lifesaver. Obviously, I've got all my movies in my Blu-ray, but Film 4. I forgot how good Film 4 is as well, people. Just so I was going to do a video on that because they've got some quality on there. They've got some quality on Film 4. Yeah,
excellent films are made of Film 4. All right. If you are watching on Twitter, press that like and press that share button. If you're watching on YouTube, press that like and press that subscribe button. If you are new to the show, we appreciate that. And apparently there's a hype button. Once the live's finished, you can press the hype button, which helps push us up the hype table. And then once we get pushed up the hype table, we get pushed onto that page, which means we get more subs. More subs means more videos. More videos means more money. Means I'll be able to take over the world. Not with 1,500 followers, but we're on our way.
Benevolent dictators, people. Just so you know, benevolent dictators.
Evil laugh there as well. Ed Gang.
I haven't seen this yet. I haven't watched any free. Have you watched any of them?
No. But I keep on seeing people with breads on their face, and I find it well funny.
It's the Menendez brothers. It was also the Jeffrey Dahmer one as well. Was the same people, and then they've made this one as well. And I need to watch all three of those series. Apparently, they're good. Yeah, man. But I saw his story in Mindhunters, which is a banging show. If no one's seen it, you need to watch that immediately. That is the best show on Netflix. They cancelled it after 2 seasons. It makes me sad.
Netflix loves doing that.
Yeah. 4 seasons of Emily in Paris, but I can't get a 3rd season of Mindhunters.
A bit of content I used to put on the channel was TV shows that are getting cancelled. And actually, that got some decent traction on those.
Yeah, you know.
People were like, what? They cancelled that? Yeah, mate, you've only got a week to watch it. All right. Peace out, people. Stay safe. Wash your hands.